Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another Nacho Tuesday. Today I have Nathaniel here with PickAxe, and without further ado, we'd love if you could introduce yourself and what you guys do over there.
Awesome. Yeah, well, it's so great to be here. I'm Nathaniel, and I'm the CEO of PickAxe. PickAxe is a platform that allows kind of consultants, course creators, coaches, small and medium-sized consultancies to build agents and deploy them into their customers' workspaces. So this might mean, you're a health and fitness coach and you want to build chatbots to supplement your coaching and hand those off to your customers in a white labeled way. You can do that on PickAxe. This might mean you consult into medium or large size organizations and you want to create like a nice white labeled space for your customers to use agents that you've built. PickAxe is the way to go.
Very cool. And yeah, I hear a lot of great things about the platform. It sounds like your product's becoming really popular. Did you guys do a product hunt by any chance?
We did product hunt a while ago, yes, and I think that was super helpful for us just to get us in the hands of more people. Now I think it's really just referrals. Is working really well for us from a growth perspective. I think people really like the product, and certainly it's one of those products where once people get it, they love it. So we're just working harder to help more people get it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's the early part of any startup journey, but yeah, it sounds like you guys are doing a pretty good job at helping people get it right off the bat. Is this your first rodeo, or tell us more about your background? Like what led you to start this company?
This is my first time running a startup of any real significance. I started a lot of little projects and tried various different things, but yeah, this is my first rodeo in some sense, and it's just so much fun. I started this a little more than 2 years ago, just even before ChatGPT was released, actually, and
Wow.
Just this realization was, wow, this technology is really going to change the way that everybody works. It's going to change the way people deliver services. It's going to create a whole new type of service with these like new types of like AI consulting that you can do. And so, we've kind of just been shaping and iterating and improving over the course of all that time.
Wow. Yes, you guys were kind of ahead of the game. Now everybody else is trying to get in. You guys already kind of figured it out.
Yeah. Well, we learned a lot of lessons over that time, and we're trying to apply those lessons and also move quickly.
Yeah, you can't replace that in startups. That time and consistency, learning those little lessons along the way that gets to the finished product that people see today. But I mean, even then, it's not even finished. You're always iterating and working on things, right? It's more or less just the second chapter, I guess, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much fun. I wouldn't rather be doing anything else. Just working with customers, improving the product, really bringing like amazing AI tooling into the hands of people who are non-technical is so much fun. And twice a week we do office hours and we talk to customers. We're doing more of these outreach things. We've got a really active community. We've got a community of experts that come in and help folks. And we really just want to be, I think the human angle of AI, where a lot of other AI companies are trying to just use AI to like also work with their customers. But I think our philosophy is much more like, we want to be the humans helping you deploy AI into your business.
Yeah, it sounds a lot more practical than to me than just another ChatGPT wrapper like a lot of other companies. So yeah, so you guys can help people with a lot of different use cases, right? So, a lot of people that maybe might not know where to start with AI, your team can kind of help them create the tool sets, implement them. You guys have a strong community behind you, it sounds like. So if they don't know the first thing about engineering or technology, you guys kind of remove that friction point.
Yeah, and first of all, in the product, but also, just we talk with a lot of our customers. If you sign up for a free account at PickAxe, within 24 hours, you'll get an email saying, hey, book a call with us. And we love to talk to folks and help them work out how they're going to use AI better within their business. But if you're like a coach or a consultant and you're thinking, hey, I want to integrate, AI, and maybe I've built a GPT, maybe I really like my GPT, maybe it works great, but it's like on OpenAI's platform. I can't really monetize it. I can't brand it. I can't ever take it away from anybody once I give it to them because they just have the link. PickAxe kind of solves all those problems and problems you probably haven't even thought of yet.
Yeah, I'd love to learn more about the benefits. So it sounds like you guys have a hosting aspect as well too. So you don't have to be dependent on any other one infrastructure. You could help people kind of create their tool, then host it, correct?
Yeah, we host the tool for you, and you can embed it on your site, which is really great, and a lot of folks do that. And we even have like authentication within the embeds, so that you can actually like have people kind of log in, and you can know who's using what with the embeds.
Wow.
Or you could just use our studio product, which is basically like a website that we spin up for you, and we take care of all the accounts, all of the monetization. You can set up through Stripe and monetize directly through us. And so whichever way you want to go, we kind of make it easy for you to have either minimal or a ton of customization.
Very cool. So you guys have the payment aspect figured out too, right? So people can not only launch their tools, host it, they could also monetize their tools, which is, effectively the most important part.
Well, yeah, I mean, we let you monetize directly through us, through our Stripe connection, and it works great. And we've got like a lot of flexibility. We see some folks that are more focused on doing like one-time payments, some folks that are wanting to create subscriptions, and we're just really seeing like a brand new world of all the different ways people are trying to monetize AI.
Awesome. What are some of the interesting use cases that you've seen? You mentioned a few, but we'd love to kind of expand that on that topic a little bit. Just for anybody that watches this video, to maybe inspire them to go to PickAxe and check out some of the potential tools that they can come up with.
Well, there are so many really cool use cases we've seen. I mean, literally every single day, I'm just like seeing new things people are building, and like, whoa, this is so cool. But I think, I'll just go through a few. So one really big one is if you are in the sales or marketing consulting area, where you go into organizations and you either like work with them for a while, and then you leave. Maybe you were helping them build like sales call scripts or something like that. Well,
Yep.
PickAxe can be a resource where you take all the things that you learned from your work with that organization, you put it into a series of agents. And then when you leave, maybe that organization continues to pay you $100 a month subscription to get access to that knowledge in an ongoing way, even after you've kind of departed from your engagement. So that's an example that we see like a lot. It's pretty common. But like on the flip side, you could be like a tutor. Yeah, we've got a very big tutoring organization who use PickAxe as their basically their entire product is built on top of PickAxe, and they sell AI tutoring services to students in Latin America. And they have actually hundreds of thousands of people using the tool in Latin America, and it's all through the PickAxe Studio.
Geez, and then where do you guys host? Do you guys use AWS, or like what's your backend for that?
We primarily use Vercel, and we have some stuff on GCP, some stuff on a platform called Modal, which I really like for running medium and long form AI tooling. Modal's great, but yeah, we kind of handle all that for folks. Primarily, we're working with folks that are non-technical, or organizations that might have a technical arm, but they're they don't have the bandwidth maybe to build it all out themselves.
Yep. Yeah, prompt engineers are the new app developers. As the title suggests for this interview. So how can one go about being a prompt engineer, I guess? And can you explain kind of how that process works for, let's say I'm a first-time customer coming into your platform? How can I make this my next rock star tool, AI-powered tool set, starting from the top?
Well, it's super easy to get into, and I guess you can just go into the builder. And I'm not sure if I can share screen here, or should I do a little
yeah, if you want, actually, yeah, if you could do the presentation there, we'd love to share it with people.
Okay, let's see. So you would go into the PickAxe builder here, and you just and I'll discard this draft here that I have. But this is kind of the place where you can do all your prompt engineering. You can choose what model you'd like to use, and we provide you with a lot of information about how to pick the right model. And we've got some templates for you. So I actually really love to look at the Charlie Munger bot, just because I think it's a really cool template to show how to get somebody to be a little bit snippy, and potentially like not so like like ChatGPT is always going to be nice, and it's interesting to kind of look at this. But this is, you can use these things as inspiration to get kind of prompt engineering and prompt design help.
Wow.
Over here, you can connect any actions and integrations that you might need with your tool to make it do everything you need it to do. You can upload, any of the knowledge or any of the PDFs or documents that you've generated or that you have in your own business into the knowledge base.
So that allows it
And
to get really custom, like whatever you output
exactly.
is going to be really custom, built on your FAQs, your knowledge base, everything that you've built around your company.
Exactly. So the real end goal of this is you have really differentiated behavior from what regular out of the box ChatGPT is going to be, and you've kind of really dialed this in to work exactly the way that you need it to work. And then from there, it's a very easy thing to go and embed this on a site. And we've got lots of different options for embeds, and this is a super powerful way for you to kind of get this tool out there, or to just do it within the PickAxe Studio itself, which is like a website that, as I mentioned, we provide that kind of gives you everything you need to start monetizing. So I think the overall takeaway here is that really, because PickAxe is so focused on this specific use case of selling access to AI tools, you can go from just landing on the site to monetizing access to AI tools in about 10 minutes.
Jeez, that's insane at the speed at which people can launch these days. Yeah, and you have all those templates figured out. I'm sure you're going to be adding more templates, more integrations. What's coming down the pipeline next?
Well, I guess some big things that are coming down the pipeline next.
That you can share publicly, but
yeah,
don't give away your secret sauce.
We're working on WhatsApp and SMS integrations to make it so that not only can you deploy these things in embeds, but you can also deploy them directly into people's hands, into the apps that they already use. And we're going to be, I think, one of the only platforms that will allow a seamless integration from having a free chat with that SMS to actually signing in and you get some more user information, all the way to you're going to pay, and you're going to pay to continue using the product. So that's something that we're super excited about, that will be coming in the next month or two. And what's another really fun big one? Well, we're gonna roll out a marketplace and a template marketplace, basically, that allows folks to share with each other and to share expertise and experience, which we've just we have like tens of thousands of tools folks have built, and we just want to expose some of that benefit to folks of like, hey, what has worked, what hasn't, can I get inspiration for my product area?
Yeah, that's amazing. I saw Instantly launch something similar, but more for like cold email templates, just kind of niche focus there. But it sounds like you guys are doing like a broader application for templates for AI tool sets. Yeah, that's really interesting. I think a lot of people are going to love that.
It's super exciting, I think, we have a really strong community at PickAxe. We have people participating like every single day, and so we're trying to give those people more power to kind of make money and continue to participate and inspire others.
Yeah, that's a great direction you guys go. And how does PickAxe compare to like other app development? Like if you're gonna do it like the old school way, like how much time do you think would it take to launch something similar here that you guys can do in like 10 minutes?
Well, that's kind of the interesting thing about PickAxe. There's all these amazing tools. Bolt, Lovable are some great examples of these like tools that now like let you build an app like pretty quick. So that's super fun. But I think a lot of our customers mentioned to us that like you can get like 90% of the way there, but then that last 10%, like something just doesn't work or it's just not hooking up properly. So I guess the really cool thing about PickAxe is if you want to sell access to an agent, we are phenomenal, right? We're the best place to go for this because it's really just one click and you can set it up. If that you want to do that specific thing, which we're finding more and more people are wanting to do, we're the best place to go. If you're trying to build a more generic app that does something a bit broader than just selling access to an agent, probably it'll end up taking a bit longer, but you should use one of those new vibe coding platforms.
Yeah, custom is key. It gives you a very like niche, like tailor-made solution for your business. And ultimately, as you know, AI becomes, you know, very common, commonplace, I guess, if you will, it'll more or less become a commodity. But the people that can provide custom solutions are going to be, it's going to be the most powerful thing for companies, really.
Yeah, I'm super excited. You know, it seems like there's a new paradigm of software as a service in general, right?
Yep.
For the last 20 or 30 years, you're in a situation where, um, you know, you look at a mailroom, right?
Yep.
And you say, okay, there's a mailroom. Well, I'm going to create a software that acts as the mailroom, and it's going to be one software, and it's going to be used by hundreds of companies. And I'm going to be Mailchimp, or I'm going to be Instantly, for example, and
Mhm.
I'm going to take over this mailroom functionality. And that's what we've been doing for a while. But now with AI, we get this really interesting new ability where we say, okay, well, what about things that previously were not scalable? We can't make the same software that just works for everybody. What about, you know, a world in which we were looking at consulting, and you know, it was a really
Yep.
niche, and we were not, you know, able to provide a scalable product with software. Well, now with AI, you actually can. Consultants that are non-technical can spin up entire AI systems and put them in the hands of their client to turn themselves into a SaaS business. And
Yep.
really, this is like the new wave of, I think, the big like money that's going to come in and out of SaaS in the next 20 years is going to be
Yep.
from automating these more niche and customized
Yep.
applications.
Yeah, really a big focus on tech-enabled services.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. I guess what other kind of core skills should a prompt engineer have? So if they're going to get on your platform, is there anything they can kind of study or understand in advance that would kind of help them be more successful with your tool? Maybe understanding user experiences, maybe good writing skills. Obviously, you have some of those templates and trainers. What other skills do you think people should work on before they dive into building their own AI tool set?
Well, we usually say that if you're doing prompt design, you know, you should think about it like you're explaining to a precocious high school intern or early college intern
Yep.
what you want them to do.
Yep.
So, um, you know, you should just practice your patience, I guess, and just it's an iterative process. I think
Yep.
patience and respect for the iterative nature of the process is really the key thing. I mean,
True.
you know. We've had folks that are like poets and like really like wordsmith people come on, and
Yep.
you know, we find that they can do really great work, but the reason they are able to do such great work with the prompt engineering is just because they're patient,
Yep.
and they treat it like they're kind of helping this high school intern to be great, you know.
Yep.
And so if you have that same level of patience, I think you're going to end up with really good results. And I think the big thing at Pickaxe that we see is, you know, we provide you all of this data to look at, you know, how your chats are going and what you can improve. And
Yep.
so patience also extends to like just going back in and making improvements over time, because you're not going to get it right the first time necessarily. Like, you're not going to make it perfect. So, you know, that's really the primary skill. There's not like a particular way of writing. People
Yep.
come and ask us, you know, hey, well, can I like, you know, should I do it in JSON? Should I do it in XML? Should I use all these crazy prompt engineering
Mhm.
techniques? And we find some of them work better than others, but
Yep.
the best thing you can do is just kind of stick with it and keep iterating.
Yep. And you guys have the feedback loops there to help people, which is really nice to have. Do you find that it's good to be more direct with AI when you're prompting, or can you get maybe too specific sometimes that it might confuse and cause hallucinations?
It's it's actually a really interesting question. We actually even worked with screenwriters, and
Yep.
at one time we were thinking about this prompt engineering question, and these were like Hollywood screenwriters doing really cool stuff, you know, shows you would have heard of, but but the ones that understood their own process well
Yeah.
succeeded with AI. And the ones that just wrote on vibes and kind of just like they had never really critically analyzed how
Yep.
they were writing and how they were constructing stories, they struggle with it more. So the answer is you should be crystal clear with AI,
Yep.
but the crystal clearness should not necessarily be a list of 50 examples. It
Yep.
should be an attempt for you to use your, you know, kind of mind to deconstruct what is common among all these examples,
Yep.
and then tell the AI this: hey, in all these examples, I say arg at the end of my sentence because I'm a pirate.
Yeah.
And then that's clear for the AI. But if you just give it like a million examples, it could work, but it's going to be less good than if you just really clearly distill.
Yeah, it could get very confused, right? You could kind of drill down the prompts too, right? So you could start with maybe a high level to kind of see what the output is, and then it can get more specific. I mean, I do that a lot with like ChatGPT, asking questions, and I'll re-clarify my question if that makes sense. If I don't get exactly the results I'm looking for, and you can always drill down further, right, to get more detailed outputs.
Yeah, I mean, we find that it's not going to be the first iteration; it's an iterative process, but it really is about you critically examining, what actually is the core heartbeat of my coaching. Like what do I actually think is the secret sauce of what I learned about X customer during Y engagement, and how can I convey that in the most crystal clear form, which is, I think, why we really don't see AI like quote unquote replacing people in any meaningful way, because actually the hardest part is distilling these nuggets and baking these things down so that the AI knows what the heck it's supposed to do.
Yeah, it's a huge productivity hack, but not a replacement necessarily.
Yeah.
Very nice. So I guess some of the monetization methods you've seen, obviously subscription is going to be the big one, but what are some of the best ways to monetize your AI tool after it's built? Is there any like price points that you've seen that kind of work best for getting subscribers? You see people doing free trials. What have you seen in terms of, some of the outputs that you guys have had? Who's performing the best in terms of their business models?
We get this question a lot. I would say this question is probably one of the top 3 questions that we get. And at a high level, I got to say, I've seen people make thousands of dollars charging $3 a month.
Yep.
And I know that we have some customers that charge in the tens of thousands of dollars per month for their applications on PickAxe. So it really does depend what you're doing. Like, it's almost like saying, if I'm going to sell merchandise, how much should I charge? And you're like, well, what's the merchandise you're selling and who are you selling it to?
Yep.
But I think some learnings, I think our highest, we can share that, like, I think our highest earning customer monetizing through us is at the $200 a month price point. I think that that what seems to be working well is limiting by usage and giving a kind of free trial where you are like letting people use something 5 times and then forcing them to convert. But like, it really depends what your goal is, because for a lot of our other customers, they might offer these tools completely for free, and their monetization is in that conversion to, paying them for consulting after.
Yep, true. Yeah, or some sort of premium upgrade or something like that comes later on.
Exactly.
But yeah, I've seen a big lift in usage-based pricing models, because that way you give people that aren't real customers like at least like a taste of what you're doing. You're getting them engaged with your product. And then if they really like it, which you can't really force somebody to buy anything anyway, but if people really like what you've built and they're getting a lot of value out of it, they'll continue to use it more. And that's when they hit those points where they want to upgrade and pay for the additional usage, essentially.
You can't underestimate the value of something that's actually really valuable to people. And I think we find our customers are super surprised, like when they have a tool and they think it really only helps a little bit, but then their customers are like, whoa, like, you're giving this to me for free, like, this is incredible. Like it just endears them so much to the builder that that it's a really strong indicator that they can go further into the funnel.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, even Apollo does that too. They give free accounts where you get like 100 credits, but getting people engaged is one of the hardest things to do. And if you have a good product, that's the gold mine right there. If you get them engaged, people are going to be hooked with it. If it's the right ICP, if they're getting value for it, they're going to want to upgrade. And yeah, you see a lot more of that now. Apollo, for instance, we tried it out initially. We had 100 free credits, got some really good lead, data out of it, some good emails for our campaigns, and everything checked out. And we're like, well, we could use probably 20,000 more of these, so might as well upgrade.
Yeah, it happens all the time, and we're both it happens with Pickaxe, because you can try Pickaxe for free, which anybody who's watching this should just give it a try. But our customers, their businesses, we let them do the same exact thing. Try their tools for free, and then convert if it's actually useful.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, gone are the days where you could just try to get people would just sign up for anything just because there's so much competition out there. There's so many apps. You got to have a great product. The product should be able to sell itself, right? So,
Yeah,
getting people. Okay.
It's almost funny. It's like we actually do still see quite often a pattern where people, even though you can try Pickaxe for free, people immediately they land on the page, they sign up, they pay immediately. They don't try it for free. Actually, we prefer people try the product for free and get a sense of it, and so we don't want people to just pay immediately. Otherwise, they don't know if it's the right fit for them.
Yeah. A lot of people are tired of those free trial things where they put in a credit card, they forget about it, and they get charged later. There's so many options out there. Like, people want to be able to try before they buy and really actually try something, not sign up for a free trial for 7 days, 14 days, forget about it, and then have that terrible experience where you get charged. That one of the reasons why NachoNacho was created actually was those on the fintech side, we have these virtual cards that people can use to sign up for those free trials so they can cancel out automatically.
See, that's smart.
Yeah, exactly. So for the people that don't have usage-based pricing, you could definitely use that. But
no,
also,
luckily with Pickaxe, it's not like free, but there's a credit card or anything. You just make an account. And in fact, we actually just recently made it so that on the free tier, you get a lot of usage. You get like 500 uses a month, and you get access to a ton of other stuff. So you can actually get pretty far with the product without paying. And our goal with that is we just want to get this in more people's hands.
Yeah, adoption's key. Yeah, and once people are using it, they're kind of committed to the product. If they're seeing value from it, they're only going to want more. So I like your guys' go to market. It's really smart. But yeah, no wonder why people are very, very excited about your product. You're not nickel and diming people. You're just inviting people to come in, try it out, see if they like it, and if they do, they could always do more. And I love the community aspect that you guys are building as well too, right? Bringing in these other experts, people with new ideas that can launch and create their own tools or help other people. That's a really interesting go to market there. So whatever you guys are doing works. So hence what I've seen.
We're having a lot of fun,
Nice. So I guess prompt engineers are now creators and entrepreneurs. What other kind of roles or career paths are emerging because of platforms like yours?
Well, I guess from our perspective, like, we focus on small and medium sized coach consultancies, right? And I think the really big deal is just that people are leaving their big jobs and they're going into business for themselves. And so maybe at a high level, entrepreneurship is taking off. I think AI is helping companies automate certain roles, but that's a two-sided coin. It also means that it's 10 times easier than it ever was to go into business for yourself, because all the tooling is there for you.
Yeah, and you got to be hyper focused on delivering value for your customers, right? It's easier than ever now because of platforms like yours. You can get a product to market, but creating a great experience with it, and then actually creating something that's creating value for customers is going to be what wins the day ultimately.
Yeah, I mean, there's no substitute for creating actual value, and I think even at a lot of larger companies, right, that have been in business for a long time, I think that they end up having maybe a lot more bureaucracy than actual value creation. So when we kind of trim down and say, hey, people are going into business for themselves, to me, what that means is we're just entering this whole new world where people are more fulfilled, they make more money, and the people who are receiving those services are more satisfied. So I'm super excited about it.
Innovation economy. Yeah. So if you're one of those big corporate types, you like your paycheck, this gives you the opportunity finally where you don't have to go out and raise a bunch of money. You don't have to be an engineer. You don't have to have all these other previous friction points to actually get out and launch a product and become an entrepreneur. So now pretty much anybody could actually do it with it. As long as you have a computer and you could type into this thing and do prompt engineering the right way.
Yes, you can literally do it in 10 minutes and get to the point where you can be monetizing. And I have a tool that I just posted on Reddit one time, Murder Mystery Manor, just a game that I made on Pickaxe. And it still gets hundreds of uses a day and makes, not a ton of money, but it does make some money. So, literally I posted on Reddit once, many months ago. So this just goes to show that like have an idea. It took me an hour to build. You know, that's not, I wouldn't say that that's the pattern that we see with everybody, but it can be super exciting.
Yeah, you guys doing a lot to like kind of post examples out there for people too. Maybe like have like a highlighted creator of the week kind of thing on social media to kind of call out some of these community members.
We are doing that. We in our newsletters, we're now highlighting a creator in every newsletter, and we're also just a lot more active on YouTube, trying to get videos out there about what you can do with the product, but also about case studies. So, you know, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, or if you just sign up for a free account, and you'll get on the newsletter, you know, expect a lot more from us. And we're also starting to create like customer groups where we like, if we see that you're doing something that we know other folks are doing, we will like introduce you to other customers in your space, and we find that people are really helping each other, and honestly, it's just like so cool.
Yeah, where you guys are building a great community behind your product. Love what you guys have built so far. Very excited about what you guys have coming down the pipeline as well too. For anybody that's interested in learning about your product, where can they sign up today?
Well, just go to pickaxe.co, pickaxe.co, or if you just Google Pixeaxe AI, I think we come up. But pickaxe.co, and you know, that's pretty much it. You know, everything will come from there. Just try the product out, sign up for a free account, and you know, we will jump on a call with you, and we'll try to help you understand how this can be applicable for your business. Yeah, please come talk to us.
Where'd you get the name Pickaxe from? Is that because of the San Francisco gold mine, gold rush, where everybody's trying to mine for gold, but you guys are going to provide all the tools to them to make them actually be able to do it?
Yeah, with our customers, you know, like we help them sell pickaxes. We help them sell tools in this AI gold rush that they can you know, they can participate in that pickaxe selling, as opposed to just running around like consultants trying to, you know, mine gold here, mine gold here. We help them actually become the pickaxe sellers, get behind the scenes, develop a SaaS product, and you know, it changes the nature of their businesses.
Yeah, love it. Love to see it. So for everybody watching today, you can definitely pick up this great product, create your own AI tool sets in less than 10 minutes for free. How could you say no to that? So go to pickaxe.co. Pickaxe, like the tool sets from the AI Gold Rush in San Francisco, which he's calling in from today, actually. And then go ahead.
Yeah, well, you should go to NachoNacho, where I think you can get a discount, and you can get some cash back as well.
Yep. Yeah, we have a great discount on NachoNacho.com. Highly recommend either, you know, getting it from us if you want to save some money, or going to their website, chatting with their support, seeing what kind of tool sets you can come up with. But yeah, I love what you guys are working on, and looking forward to seeing you at San Francisco Tech Week.
Looking forward to seeing you there. Thanks so much for doing this.
Thanks, bud.